What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Editor J's Collection, Part 2. As you can see, I've pulled out all my blue cards. I figured we'd go through a little bit more today. Just a little. We'll keep it under like 10 or 15 minutes. Not the storyteller that Dave is, but we can only try. I got a lot of older stuff, a bunch of new stuff. It's not organized in any way, shape, or form, but I figured it'd be fun to go through. Thank you, MF Doom, for the suggestion to look at this collection. So let's get right to it. One of these days I'll set up my phone in such a way that I can see what I'm looking at. But anywho, here we go. My collection is rife with Ice Age, Fallen Empires, nice Mercine, awesome presents, a lot of older stuff that I have taken out of circulation. But these are the cards that we would play when we first started in Magic the Gathering, way back in the 90s. I had more reserve lists than I could possibly imagine I ever owned, which you saw last time. A lot of doubles. Just finished doing a Magic Jerk stream. So Magic Jerks, let's talk about how that came to be a thing. Why not? Because it's kind of an interesting story. As you know, I feel like I mentioned it in a video recently where when I first started, maybe it was last week that I talked about this. I worked with a bunch of guys at this restaurant, and he wanted me to meet his cousin and come hang out with them, and eventually I did. And like I said, I walked into the apartment they were in, and they were playing Magic. And I didn't even step foot into the apartment. I literally just turned around and ran home and grabbed a shoebox full of Magic cards and ran back and made a impromptu deck, and they helped me figure out the rules and taught me to play, and we played every Sunday since. Dreams of the Dead. I used to like that card. Dark Maze. It pays 0. It can attack this turn, but then you have to remove it from the game. So over the years, we basically we drank, we smoked a little bit of that funny stuff, and we would constantly drop the cards on the floor. It was just a nightmare. It was hysterical though. We'd be reading it, oh, and it would just fall. And sorry. I know it hurts when you see me damage stuff. But what we would do, we had this green cigar tube that just lived there in our apartment, and we would pass it around and be like, oh, you're the jerk. Magic Jerk, because we would drop our entire hand on the floor by accident or something crazy like that. And we would call each other Magic Jerk. And that's where Magic Jerks was born. And we do have a ton of footage that I still have to go through of 3 different days of us playing in my old apartment. It's probably been 10 years now, to be honest. At least 10 years. I'm not sure what we're going to find for commons or uncommons. I mean, not sure what we're going to find for rares and mythics, as I think I already went through those as I had pulled them out. This is the only color I pulled them out. So when we go through some other colors, we will find some saucy stuff mixed in. And honestly, I don't have a lot of cards. I mean, I do now. I have a good amount now. But this is having a bunch of cards, 2 boxes full. That's a new thing. I've literally only owned one 5-row box, 75% full, for 30 years. And it's only just now that I'm about to fill a second box and need to upgrade to a third one. And that was all just doing Mystery Mondays for 6 months. Like, there's a lot of product, which is why I say, if you guys want to do like bulk or some sort of fancy repacks, if you see anything here, I'm totally down with doing that, just to recoup some money. And honestly, I'm not going to keep any of it. And to be transparent completely, if you do buy things from me, 100% of that money is going to go to Tuesday 2 product, Mr. Guy's garbage. I'm going to buy him a box to work with at some point. So like every dollar will go back to the channel. Like product, maybe some Commander Masters. I don't know. We got Lord of the Rings coming up. I know I'm going a little fast, but I'm getting excited. Talking about box breaks and all these other things. Whatever you guys want to do, if you want to take some of this off my hands, I'm more than willing to part with a good amount of it. Some of this stuff I'm not. But yeah, if you want some cards, man, just let me know. I'll work something out with you. Trades, money, any trades could become giveaways. Any dollars would probably become packs that we open and give away. And or do Mystery Guy's garbage product giveaways. And I'd love to do a free box break and give that away too. I mean, that's pretty much what it would go for. It's really just, I'm offering it out not to make profit. I'm offering it to make room. So if that's something you guys want to do, just hit me up at my email and let me know if you see anything, or if you just want to do like repacks or something. I'll repack some stuff. I don't care. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. So that's where Magic Jerks came from. I'm typically a black and blue player. I know Dave keeps saying black, but I do enjoy mixing blue in, because I do like to have a little bit of control while I try to kill everyone, including myself sometimes. I do have a pretty nasty reanimate deck. And I'm just kind of sticking my toes into Commander. I do have 2 precons and 2 Editor J made, kind of thrown together Commander decks that I made for the camping trip last year, which I'll probably bring with me this year. Do a little filming of that. I'm looking forward. The camping trip's coming up in like 6 weeks, and I believe it's the same rabble. I believe Pat Popper is going to try to go. Pawz Brown. I got all the ops in the world, apparently. Me, Guy, Jeremy, the whole crew. And I know we're getting 2 islands this year, which should work out fine. Hopefully, less rain. Like my hammock. We sleep in hammocks, by the way. There's no tents. There's one tent to keep everything dry, but as far as sleeping goes, we hang pieces of hammock. We hang hammocks from the trees. Lost Boys shit going on right there. And we literally sleep in the trees. We sleep in the trees. Bug net. Jump in our hammocks. Go to bed. We sleep in the open air. And let me tell you something about it. It's the best sleep you can possibly imagine. I can't even explain it because I didn't believe it when I first went that it was going to be, but it's, I don't even know. It's just so relaxing. It's so calming. And like, you just wake up generally rested. It's amazing. I can't even say enough about it. It's the trip of a lifetime. It's just really nice. It's an offer you can't refuse. It's just a real good time. We have a fire going. basically all day. We just hang out, play Magic, and film videos and fish. We do a lot of fishing, a lot of laughing, a lot of good eating. And Dave is actually a pretty decent cook. He makes good food for us. And there's a whole system that works, and it takes a village to do it and set it up, but once it's set up, it's pretty cool. I know I'm going kind of quick, but I don't want this video to be too long tonight. It's late. We just finished Magic Jerks live here on Wednesday. And I just want to give you a glimpse. And there's a lot of cards to go through if we're going to do my whole collection. I mean, literally, it's become larger than I can possibly comprehend. I don't even know. I have 2 kids. I guess I'll get into personal. So I don't talk a lot about me, to be honest. I've talked about my musical preferences and what it means to me, and being creative and how that's a curse and a blessing, and like all the different things I like to do, like write poems and lyrics and draw. I can draw. I do graphic arts, video editing. I dabble with music. I used to be a musician. I played drums. I could sing prior to getting COVID a couple years ago, but like since then I can't sing anymore. Like it's totally destroyed my throat. But I'll still try. Your ears might bleed, but I'll still try. I'm 44 years old. I'll be 45 in November. I'm married. I live in Massachusetts. I have 2 wonderful children. One is 6, soon to be 7. And one of my kids just turned 3. I have 2 boys. And they are the best, and also a challenge for a guy like me who came from a background of nothing but fun and partying and restaurant life. I was in the restaurant business for over 22 years, and I'm now, and have been for the last 8 or so, maybe 7, in the pretty much corporate food service, healthcare, and congregate care food service, which is more day job, administrative, menu writing and such. I still cook every once in a great while. I cook at home more often, but I don't really cook at work too much unless I have to. I do try to, like when there's meetings and parties and things of that nature, I try to do it myself just because I like to. So there's that. I partied a lot. I can't say that these hands have lived an extraordinary life thus far. I've done a lot. I've built pools. I did irrigation. I've done landscaping. I've worked at warehouses. The one thing I've never done is work in fast food. I refuse to do it. I refuse. I have always refused. I always will refuse. Even if I'm homeless, naked in the middle of the road with not a dime to my name, and rich people are spitting on me and kicking me in the butt, like, I will not work at a fast food restaurant. I cannot do it. I just cannot. My entire restaurant life, I've always said no. I would do pizza places, sub shops. I'd do that. Those are fun. That seems fun to me. If I could go back and get out of, if I ever had to get out of management at this point, I would probably open a sub shop and make pizzas and subs and wash my own dishes and call it a day. And that's it. That's all I would do. I don't want anything spectacular. I wouldn't want to do anything fancy. Obviously, I've known Guy for my entire adult life, mostly. I knew him when we were kids. So he's really like the one guy that I've known my whole life. Dave and I have been friends for, like, closer friends for a couple years now. I've known him for a few. What else can I tell you? I can tell you that we've had tons of adventures. Guy and I and Dave and I and the three of us and other friends of ours that are just completely beyond the question, what the hell were we thinking? And I will share some of those with you, if I haven't already, in a future episode of Editor J's collection. And because I'm just going to do this little stack that's left. And now, see, I'm the magic jerk. I dropped the cards. And I'm just going to go through these last few. Labyrinth Minotaur. This is a nice little thing. It's assigned to block. Creatures. Labyrinth Minotaur is assigned to block. Do not untap during their control's next untap phase. I mean, that's pretty awesome. It should be sleeved, but let's do it right now. Why not? Let's give it a little. It's right here. Let's give it a little sleeverino. It's not worth much, but I mean, it is old, so might as well sleeve the old stuff, right? Jolt. Speaking of me and Guy, Jolt. Oh, God. There used to be a soda called Jolt Cola. I don't know if they make it anymore, but it was like the granddaddy of energy drinks in the 90s and 2000s. And we would stay up in Guy's basement at his mom's house playing video games on the Sega, which is not the first system we had. We had Nintendo first. But we would play on the Sega. Guy would always have the new system. He's always got something new and technological going on. Like, the technological guru you know him as has always been that way. We would play games on the Genesis all night long, just drinking Jolt Cola until we couldn't fucking sleep. Sorry, I'm swearing. I don't know why I'm swearing. And then just crash at like 5 in the morning. Wake up at 6, go to school. We went to different high schools, but we would get up early and go to school or whatever, or just continue to just stay up for 3 days and play video games in his basement, drinking Jolt Cola and coffee. Oh my God. Every day. Anyway, more stories later. We got lots to go through. Thanks for sharing my collection with me, and I'll see you guys later.